Hello and good evening. So now continuing with my previous video, the link of which you will find in the description box. Here is a small advice on if you haven't cleared FR, how you should proceed. Because obviously at this point of time, you will be more stuck as to how to restart now. If I should again start reading the study text, if I should start going ahead with the recordings of my teacher, if I should start taking any coaching, there would be a number of questions in your mind. Now, how to take up this ahead, how to move ahead with practicing FR again, that we need to cater to. The first thing which you have to do is, you have to segregate the whole syllabus into small chunks. So I'm going to give you some small chunks which you can change as per your own judgment also. But as per me, certain things which are very important should be done in the first instance. For example, chapter revenue. For example, non-current assets, leases, and financial instruments, financial assets and liabilities. These four are very important, very crucial. Now, how you have to do is, first complete these chapters by gaining the knowledge on them, revising the knowledge and concept on them. If you have already done them very well, you should not take more than 1 day or 2 days to complete their concept. Once the concept is done, then randomly do some 10 questions from each topic. You can pick up some 10 questions from revenue, random, some 10 questions from maybe borrowing cost or government grants or IAS 16. Then you can pick up from financial institutions and leases, practical ones, not the theory ones. So pick up 10 questions, section A questions from any of these chapters. Now the major concern, the major area is already covered. Now let's come to the next chunk of syllabus, which is next level of important. 2, intangibles and impairment. This is the next portion. Intangibles, impairment. These are very small. You should not take more than 1 day to revise them. So 1 day goes for these, 2 days for this, 1 day for this. So now this much amount you have already given. You can add on 1 more grace day to each of the targets if by any chance you are not able to study well, or you are working, you are not able to devote time. So rather than taking it 2 days, you can take 3 days or 4 days also. This is a tentative time which you have to devote by studying some 4 hours or 5 hours approximately on a daily basis. Now coming next to the chunk, after intangibles and impairment, let's go ahead with taxation, because taxation is very important. Without taxation, you won't be able to do section C questions at all. With taxation, then you can go ahead with other chapters, maybe IAS 37, or you can go ahead with provisions, contingencies, then IFRS 5, the smaller ones basically, the leftover part, which is less troublesome, which is less challenging. You can club these up and devote 2-3 days for it. 2-3 days to study them, revise them, learn their concept, learn the terminology used by the standard, and practicing 10 questions each standard. Section A questions. Now, once you are through with this, you are ready to go ahead with section C questions. After this, section C questions are to be done 2 daily. Pick up random questions, do 2 questions daily, not much. If you are already working, then do only 1 question daily, and on the weekends, do 4-5 questions. If you are not working, then daily give 2 questions. That too, these 2 questions must be done by writing or on Excel. Not verbally, okay, I'll take this there, I'll take this there, I'll take this there. No, this way you won't retain the concept well in your mind. It's better to write the concepts. Practice the questions by writing them. Some questions you can do on Excel, some questions you can do on registers or pen papers also. That will work. The idea is, when you think and you write down and pen down things, they are more likely to remain in your mind for a longer period of time also. So do that. Then comes your last part, which is the most important part, consolidation and interpretation. So let me separate it out. Let's take interpretation first. So interpretation, what will happen is, for interpretation, I have uploaded a video on how to handle interpretation questions. That video may help you. I'll upload one more video to help you on how to attempt an interpretation question. But in the meantime, calculating ratios and practicing these questions, that's very crucial. I'll make a separate video also on addressing how to see if you are able to do these interpretation questions. How will you check if you are correct on the path of handling interpretation questions? And then comes consolidation. So for interpretation, you can give 3 days the concept, doing 20 section A questions and doing 2 section C questions daily. So give 3 days or 4 days to interpretation. Then comes consolidation. For the concept of consolidation, give 3 good days, which I am considering consolidated P&L, balance sheet, associates and group disposal, all 4. And if you want to extend some time, you can give it 4 days as well. Only concept, practicing the examples of the study text so that you get to know the feel of the complete question. You are back on track. And once that is done, give 3 days to practice the section C questions of consolidation. Now for consolidation, start from section C. Why? Section C will automatically cover a number of questions which may come up in section A. When section C talks about calculating goodwill on acquisition, this can be a separate question of section A also. Section C may ask you one adjustment related to calculation of provision for unrealized profit. That can be a separate question in section A also. So better to start with section C first in consolidation. Now once this is done, how many days have gone? Let me just calculate. So 2, 3, 3, 6, then 10 and 16 days. So 16 days are gone, and I am assuming if you are working, you may take some 20 to 25 days to revise this complete content. So 25 days are gone. You have good 20 days in your hand still, or I should take, let's suppose you are on the last 15 days. Last 15 days. So this last 15 days has to be a mix and match of question practice. What type of mix and match? Daily, pick up 15 section A questions randomly from all the topics. Pick up question number 2, then pick up question number 25, then pick up question number 40, then pick up question number 50, then pick up question number 100. This way you will cover the whole syllabus. Suddenly when you will be on impairment, immediately you will come on provisions. So this way you will connect with 2 dots at the same time. 2, 3 or at least 2 section B questions. 2 or 3 questions. That too again chosen randomly. And section C questions, I'll say bare minimum 2 questions please. Even if you are working, at the end when you have 15 days for your exam, have to study for 3 to 4 hours daily. So try to give 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, or 2 hours in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. Try to manage that ways. Because if these last 15 days are devoted for such practice where you are doing questions with all the topics together, it's more likely to give you an effect of a mock on a daily basis. Try this. This approach has usually worked for a lot of students. Maybe it works for you also. And if in the middle you feel like, no, this is not working for me, immediately change your approach and do not waste time. So do give a try. If something hasn't happened this time, definitely next time you will also be celebrating your success. So do not panic. It is FR. Now I'll be coming up with rest of the papers also. So begin with FR first. Thank you so much and take care.